So like, I've lived my life one way, my whole life. So now I've come out and I'm having to change. It's like, I don't know who I am, bro. Like, apart from the life I was living, take that away from me. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. I've got no hobbies. I've got no hobbies. I've got no hobbies.
Welcome to another compelling episode of Sinner Stories, Confessions of a Sinner. Today, we journey with Rudy, a man whose life is a testament to profound change and transformation. From navigating the treacherous paths of street life and criminality, Rudy's story is one of radical reform, a complete overhaul of lifestyle, mindset, and associations. This episode delves deep into the choices that led to his metamorphosis, exploring the intricacies of changing not just behaviors, but the very environment and relationships that define us. Join us as Rudy unveils his journey towards a healthier, reformed life, making a departure from his past and stride into a future filled with hope and new possibilities.
Welcome, Rudy.
Yes, bro. Thanks for having me, man. Rudy.
Yeah, man, that was a nice speech, man. As the barman says, this is about a change of mindset. From what I can see, to who you are, to who you was before. In health, and just like what you just saw before we put the cameras on, health is wealth. You know what I mean? I'm drinking apple juice, you drinking water, you get me? So
Also drinking water.
that's not water.
It's not there.
It's all about balance, man.
But yeah, so let's start from the beginning, Rudy. Where was you born?
The beginning, I was born in Birmingham, March the 5th, 1994. Star was born.
Okay, Star was born. Where was you born?
I was born in Hansworth.
Han-
Birmingham.
Hansworth.
A little closer to the mic for me, please, Rudy.
So what was it like growing up in Hansworth then? Is that where you grew up as well? Is it just?
Yeah. Grew up in Hansworth till I was about 14. You know what? Tell her that I was born in Moseley. You know, my mum and my dad was together then. My dad and my mum split off when I was like 2. Then me and my dad moved to Hansworth. So I lived with just me and my dad growing up in Hansworth.
So you moved with your dad at 2 years old.
Yeah.
Is it like a reason?
Yeah, like obviously I was a bit young. Obviously I was 2, but obviously my mum probably had like a lot of issues going on at the time in her life where she probably wasn't a suitable carer for me. Like I was probably better off with my dad.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So did it seem that way when you was that young, or?
You know what? I think I was so young. I didn't really probably have an understanding of
Like,
it.
it was normal to you.
Yeah. So even me growing up, like just me and my dad. When I think about it now, I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
To me it was just normal. You get me? Like I didn't think much of it.
Because as boys, a lot of us grow up as mummy's boys, innit? So, like even now, like us having kids, like most of my friends, when we talk about our sons, like they're mummy's boys, like they don't want to leave their mum's side. So, for you growing up with your dad, obviously you're not gonna really know much difference. But would you say, compared to like maybe your friends and what else was going around, it felt different growing up with your dad, or?
I mean, again, like growing up, I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm older and I look back and I reflect on it. I can see the impact it's had growing up, like essentially without a female love in the household. You get me? But at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I think I was very naive to my situation. I just didn't understand it. You know, I didn't think anything of it.
So what was growing up like then with your dad?
I grew up in Hansworth, me and my dad, only child.
Was your mum ever about? Like, did she come around like sometimes or whatnot?
Yeah. So I used to see my mum like basically would have a thing where I was meant to go there fortnightly, but you know, like that will never happen. So it probably ended up being monthly, and there's times I'd go for ages without seeing my mum and whatnot. Obviously, because she like had her own issues at the time.
So when you was there with your mum, was you blessed? Like what did that feel normal or?
Yeah, I think again, like to me, I didn't know any different. It was just my life. I'm still young. I don't know any different. You know what I mean? So I used to visit my mum sometimes and whatnot.
And he's your only child. Is it just you, only child?
Yeah, just me.
Till now?
Nah, my dad's got 2 daughters now. But I didn't grow up with them. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like they was born when I was like 15, 16. I've never lived with them or anything like that. But yeah, so growing up was just me and my dad. Not much money. My dad used to just do like various little jobs. Like I remember my dad even having like a postman job. My dad done like driving instructor jobs, just things like that. Do you know what I mean? But I was kind of left to my own devices a lot as well, if I'm honest. So yeah, just typical story, especially like growing up in Hansworth, just around a lot of things going on. Just kind of spent a lot of time outside and whatnot as well.
So when did the outside time start then?
Early, you know, early.
Yeah.
Early.
What's early? Because some people's earlys are different to others.
Bro, I was left to my own device. Like I was outside like proper early. Like say, I remember being 7, 8, just out. Yeah, just out. But like even like most of the older people in my area will tell you that. Like they all remember me from I was proper young. You get me?
Yeah.
Because I was just kind of out and about, and my friends at the time, who I started hanging around with, they've all got older brothers who were already caught up in that kind of lifestyle. So I was just kind of around it straight away. I'd say I was probably more around things going on when I started hitting probably like 11, 12. Like obviously I'm not around certain things at 6 and 7 years old, but I'm just outside.
So what does that, just give us the stories then, what does outside look like from early, like in Hansworth?
At 7, 8 years old.
Or even 9, 10, just like...
Yeah, so obviously when you're probably 7 or 8, when I'm talking them kind of ages, obviously I'm probably not involved in badness because I'm so young, probably just doing little dumb things. But I'd say it's probably like 11, 12, 13 when you probably start getting...
Now, but even then though, what's it like to be outside though? Because like you said, like to say you was outside at them ages and to be at this age and acknowledge that there's some people that didn't really know what outside meant till they was like in school or even after school even. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get you to just tell us a story of what it's like to just step outside and be outside.
I think them kind of ages, like when you're young, there's just loads of little dumb things going on. Like you probably getting caught up in, you probably first start carrying things as well. Like at them kind of ages, you know, you've got all like dumb little street probably robberies going on, people selling weed. Like you're just around a lot of things going on, and especially whereas, like I said, like my
where are you though? Like in a park and that, or
park, friends' houses, just street, just on road, just on road in general. Probably go in town, spending a lot of time in town, catching bus to town, doing dumb things, just staying at friends' houses, not telling your dad where you are, and just
was your dad strict on you though back then, or nah, not really?
Not really strict, nah.
So you never had like a time where you had to be in the house, you could just come in whenever?
Nah, I'd say I probably had a time, you know, but I think at that point there, I'm already caught up in being a bad child, so I'm probably not even listening. I'm just kind of outside, sleeping at my friends' houses, and my dad probably don't even know where I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And your dad wouldn't try to discipline you or nothing like that?
Yeah, I'd say he did, you know, from my memories. But again, when you're just at that age and you're just unruly, you're just outside, like, unless you're gonna lock the door, I'll probably smash the window and climb out the window. You know what I mean? That's one of them things.
I know we're going off topic, yeah, and I should be leaving this to the end, but add it to the convo. Like, do you feel like your dad was probably a bit more soft with you on the basis that it was just you and him?
Nah, you know, nah. Like my dad's had girlfriends and all that, so it's like sometimes there's been women in and out of the house and whatnot, and like he had like a girlfriend, like a partner for a decent amount of time and whatnot. But obviously it's not my mum in it, so we ain't got that relationship. But no, I wouldn't say he was soft on me at all. You know?
How did you feel towards them women that are coming in the house?
Nah, you know what? I say that wrong, you know. I say that wrong. I don't mean to put it across like those bare women in and out.
Yeah.
But How did I feel towards him? You know what? I didn't get along with the woman that he was with, you know, if I'm honest.
Okay.
We didn't really get along. I think, like, she was a bit younger than him, and she didn't have her own child.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she didn't probably know how to raise a child herself. I'm still young. And I'm a bad child at the time as well. So probably was pressure for her as well.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah.
All right then. So you get into be outside now, starting to be on badness, like he says, catching the boss, robbing phones. Like, how would you say you got into this? Like, what's the story of you getting into badness? Because there's just being outside, and then there's being on badness.
You know what? I touched upon this before. You know, I feel like, see me growing up, I feel like I felt like I didn't really fit in anywhere, because growing up as a white boy in Hansworth, yeah, naturally you don't fit in, because there ain't really much white people in Hansworth anyway. It's probably me and one other white boy in my school, so I probably didn't fit in. And I realized as well, yeah.
So what is it? What is the culture that you're saying that's
mainly black and Asian?
like, yeah.
But I realized subconsciously as well, growing up in the area, yeah, you know, when you do badness, you kind of fit in. Like, you kind of looked at as the cool kid, so you kind of look up to badness. And I think subconsciously I picked up on that. And I guess with me just being outside a lot and being around it, it becomes normalized. And I think I was probably desensitized, you know, because I think like a lot of things now that I was doing, it's not normal, but I believed it was normal growing up. So I was getting kicked out of school at year 9. So I didn't really get much education. Just hanging around with my friends. And again, like...
So basically you're the perfect example of the product of your environment. And
yeah, and it's a hard one as well, because again, yeah, I got a big family, but they live in Moseley. But I think when I used to visit my mum's and go over that side of town, yeah, I didn't fit in there either, because people probably say, oh, I act black, or I think I'm black. So it's like, you don't fit in both sides of the spectrum. So it's kind of mad. But, and again, like, I think as well, growing up, I wouldn't really say, I didn't really have like a stable home. It was more a house. Like, I lived with my dad, but I was just kind of outside a lot. And by that point as well, I'd already kind of had a broken relationship with my dad. Like, I've lived with a lot of family members as well at this point. Like, I've been in and out of this family member's house for 3 months. I've lived there for 6 months. He's so-and-so, you know what I mean?
So
like,
why didn't you get on with your dad though?
I just think there's probably certain things I don't agree with. Like, even now, me and my dad, like, we've got a broken relationship. Like, it's mad, because I can't diss him as my dad and he put a roof above my head, but we don't really have a relationship. Me and my dad don't really speak as such. It's kind of weird.
You don't speak now?
Not really. Like, we don't have beef, but
you're not as close as you think you should be then.
Nah, not a chance. Like, we don't have no, like,
but
I'll go for, like, I went in jail. My dad didn't know I was in jail till like 2 years later.
Swear?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah. And I didn't tell him in it. Like, we just don't.
Yeah. But essentially though, he grew you though, innit?
Yeah.
Your dad grew you, so what's the story of the break? Like, how's that relationship break like that? Because obviously what I'm hearing at the moment is that you've grown up with your dad, you went outside from early, so you found guidance in other areas other than from family. Yeah. So you've looked through friends, you found role models in different ways.
100%. I used to look up to like my friends, older brothers and all that. And like, I used to actually, I remember having that, I like literally remember being in that mindset right now, thinking, I want to be like my man, like one of my best friends' brothers and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I looked up to at that age.
Okay. So then what was the story of the break between you and your dad then? To say that you don't talk to him like that?
I reckon, I feel like my dad kind of put women before me growing up. So I've kind of got my reasons for and whatnot. So I think that was it. And then again, like, he moved out of Birmingham when I was like 13, when I was 14. And that's when I went to live with my mum.
Okay.
But I feel like when he moved out of Birmingham, like, we didn't really, the contact was just kind of lost. But even before that, the relationship was already broken.
So would you ever say you was close with your dad? Like, was there a point when you feel like, yo, me and my dad are tight still?
Probably when I'm young. young. I don't know.
Proper kid.
Yeah, probably. But as soon as I started hitting like probably 10, 11 and that, nah.
I feel like the pressures, man. I feel like the pressures of being a dad on his own, taking care of a son, is probably what's added to your and his relationship feeling like how it feels in it. Because as a young man, I don't know how old your dad is, but you know, as a man having to take care of a kid on his own and the woman not being with him, we don't know what kind of pressures he would have been under. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah, 100%. And like that's what I'm saying. Like I'll never diss my dad because he put a roof above my head and he done the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, if he didn't raise me, who knows where I would have gone? You know what I'm saying? I don't think I would have ended up in a home because I've got a big family. I probably would have just been in and out of family members' houses like I kind of was anyway, but obviously to a worse degree. So it's one of them ones. Like, and again, like you just said, I don't know what it's like as a man to just kind of raise a child alone. So, you know, no judgment on his behalf. You know, he's a good guy at heart. You know what I'm saying? It's just we've just got a broken relationship. It's just how it played out.
So would you say that? So your dad did raise you. You did start breaking up between 10 and whatever. Did you start going towards your mum more?
It's mad, you know, cause you know how you said about like being like a mommy's boy and that, yeah. Even though I didn't grow up with my mum, yeah, and she weren't in my life as such, yeah. I'm still mad closer with my mum.
Okay.
Than I am with my dad. But don't get it twisted as well. Like my mum weren't in my life here, not because she didn't care. You get me? It's because she had like issues she was dealing with. But like I'm under no illusion. Like I know my mum loves me dearly, and you know she's an amazing person. It's just that, like I said, she's had her issues, and like I try not to judge people as such as well, because I don't know what it's like for her growing up. I don't know what it was like for my dad growing up with different people, and I think that's one thing we always forget. We forget our parents are human beings just like us. You get me?
100%.
They've had a different upbringing to me, like I've had a different upbringing to them. So, that's it.
So now you're fully in the streets. You're looking up to certain people. You want to be like certain people. What does that mean now then? Like, where does that take you?
Just down a bad road, bro.
Go on, speak on it, man. Talk on it.
Down a bad road, man. Like you're doing bad things in it. Like,
What would you say? Give us a story on probably when you first got in trouble then on the road.
Like police wise or
Yeah, just say police wise.
I think like first time was like probably like 13, you know, 12, and I probably first got like arrested, like robbing bikes and dumb stuff like that. I remember coming home and police are at the door, like, and my dad's waiting for me and all that. Because I think some boy's bike got robbed and whatnot. I think he said it was me, I don't know. I was just young. Things like that as well, getting kicked out of school. Yeah, like that's kind of my first like memories of, you know, badness and whatnot.
So So being where you grow up from now, and you are doing these things, it's pressure now, because you know you're surrounded by people that are all of a similar mindset. All want to be like the elders, not really looking to their parents as role models, but more to people. Like, what can you see now? Like, have you seen like elders driving bigger cars? Is it all of that stuff? Is it?
Nah, you know, it was more just looking up to people that was on badness, not even people that was getting money. Like, yeah, not when you're proper young. Like, you're just looking up to man that doing badness. Like, I feel like it's mad as well, because growing up, I feel like I was I had this thing installed in me, like, oh, if you make money, you're like, you're not respected, but if you do badness, yeah, you're respected. That was my illusion growing up. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm a grown man now. I don't have that same mindset. But that was kind of what was instilled in me growing up.
So when you're saying badness, so that means you was doing aimless badness. You weren't badness for no money.
Yeah, bro.
Gang shit.
Yeah.
So it's not really for money, is it?
Yeah. And so where does that take you now then? Like, because obviously, like he says, you're looking for a reputation. You're getting older now, though.
Yeah.
You know, relationships broke down with your dad. You're going to your mum's, probably going to Mosley more now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you're still on badness.
Yeah. Like, I moved in my mum when I was like 14, but by this point I've already been kicked out of school. I started at a new school in that area, but I just weren't going at all, you know. Like, I feel like even though I'd moved to Moseley, growing up in Hansworth all my life, I still had that whole mindset. I'm just walking at the door and catching a bus to Hansworth at like 14, going to stand around with my friends on Soho Road when I should be in school. Yeah, just getting, and then obviously I feel like at that age there as well, like when I moved in with my mum as well, like we're broke there as well, like proper broke. Like I remember the house growing up, house is like a bando, bro. Like I'm embarrassed to bring girls home. You know what I mean? Like I can't bring girls back there, bro. I'm gonna be getting dissed. So it's like, trust me, bro, it's peak, man. Like no floorboards, my mum's on benefits, I ain't got no money. It was peak, man. So like I'm going to Hansworth and just getting caught up in stuff, and I think that's probably when I started like selling drugs and all that shit as well, getting caught up in that kind of, obviously as you get older you start leveling it up like naturally.
So it starts to become, do you think it starts to become less about the badness and more about the funds, or do you need the funds for the badness?
Nah, I think like at that point there your head's still in the badness as well, but you just realize you need money. And I realized like I need money. You know
So what age was you at when you realized that, like, yo, I need some money right now?
Probably like 15, you know,
15.
like properly. Like before that, I was doing dumb stuff. Like, but I think I remember, like, I literally remember like selling weed and at like 12 and all that, them kind of ages. But, like, I'd say probably 15 when I started realizing like you need money.
Just start stacking.
Yeah, like, yeah. So started doing all that. And obviously, my mum was finding things in the house. She's ended up kicking me out. I think I was like 17 at this point now. Obviously, skipped a couple of years, but the bare things have happened. But then I lived in a hostel. So I was living in a hostel over in Highgate Way. But again, I used to just travel to Hansworth every day. But at this point here, like, man's still broke, really. Like, I remember me and my friends, bro. Like, I remember me and Niners going halves on spices. Like, we used to walk from Hockley to Hansworth, going halves on spices, bro. Like, no money in our pocket, you know what I'm saying? And again, you just realize that you need money. And at that point there, like, you're so desensitized to a normal lifestyle as well. You're not even you don't think about a job. Not how I grew up anyway, you don't think about a job. So I think it was inevitable that I was kind of going to go down that road. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how does the money come into it then?
That's when obviously I started probably hitting the road and shotting, selling drugs and whatnot. Yeah.
And what is there? Was there repercussions for that? Is it?
Yeah, like I've been in jail.
Is that for?
Yeah, I've been in jail for drugs. Yeah.
So how did that go? How long did you do?
First time I done a year, and then done it 2.5 years after that.
So you've been done for drugs. How did you get done? What's the story? How did you get caught?
You know what? I was out of town, like I was all the way up Kent. Obviously I was staying in the house. Someone ended up calling police on me. Ended up getting arrested. It's funny because I'm driving down the road and I remember seeing a police car drive past me, and in my mirror, like I've seen it do a U-turn. Something in my head just told me, yeah, that U-turn's for me. Obviously, there are a couple cars behind. Anyway, they've ended up jamming me. Ended up getting arrested.
What age was you now?
I think I was about 20 there. No, 21.
What, 21?
About 21, yeah. I remember because I went to big man jail straight away. Like I didn't go youth offenders or anything.
And that was your first time going jail?
Yeah. It's funny though, because I should have been in jail so many times before that. And God always was on my side. Like so many times I should have been in jail before that. So many times, but I never went in jail. I felt like someone was always watching over me. Well, that was just my day. And like I didn't think I had any drugs on me, but they must have just found some stuff like underneath my mat in my car, or I didn't know was there. So I ended up getting arrested for that. Ended up going to jail. So I was like, Kent's like what, a 3.5 hour drive away. So yeah, I ended up going to jail at Kent, in Elmley. That was like the first time I went to jail.
So what was that like then? So did you get remanded?
Yeah, nah. I was on bail for like 2 months.
Okay.
I had to keep signing on and all that like every week.
Yeah.
And I went back to court up there. And then
got sentenced down there.
Yeah, and just went me straight to jail.
So you've been sentenced now. first day in jail. You're not even in your city. You're not even near your city. You know what I mean? You ain't got no cold E's, have you?
Nah, that's me.
Just you on your own. What's that like?
I think like, obviously, I think, you know, because I'm such a person, like I'm a very independent person because I kind of grew up on my own anyway, like as an only child and just kind of left to my own devices. So I'm very independent. So like to me, it's like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm just firms in it. It's just, it is what it is. I'm here. Yeah, so I was on induction for like a week and then I ended up going to a wing. And it's funny because I remember, like, you know, when you first land on the wing and whatnot, I'm cleaning out my pad. But there's 2 people outside my cell, but they're from London. Obviously, it's in Kent, so it's bare London people in that jail. But they've heard my accent. So they're saying to me, are you from Birmingham? I'm saying, yeah. Talking to them. They're saying, oh, there's another Brummie on the wing. I'm saying, yeah, who? They're saying, no, it's one guy, got blah, 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 blah. But they've told me his name, you get me? I'm saying, yeah, that's mad. But I'm saying, I know my man.
Yeah.
But he's 2 doors down from me.
But how do you know him?
Nah, I know him, like, we're cool in it. Like, we're not from the same area or whatnot, but we're good.
Yeah.
Like, and then, yeah, it was mad. Then I'm looking through the flap and I've seen him. We're just chatting through the door. But I'm shocked and he's shocked. He's like, Rudy, what are you doing here? Like, like he don't even know I'm in jail, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just at his door, you get me? So we're just chatting through the door and whatnot. And yeah, it was calm. He ended up getting me into a madness the first week.
Yeah.
He ended up getting into some problems.
The first week.
First week in jail ever. Probably like 3 days in since I've hit the wing. This guy's getting into madness, got me getting involved in things, but I'm still young at that age, innit?
Yeah. So what, you getting involved?
Yeah, that was just some dumb stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So how many times you been in jail? Is it
Twice.
So, did you do most of your sentence down Kent?
I think I was there for about 4 or 5 months.
And then what, come back up?
Yeah, it came, yeah. Then I went to Featherstone. And I was in Featherstone for a few months, and then I went Oakwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you come out.
So what's your mindset like now? Now you're out.
At that point there.
Yeah.
You know what? It didn't affect me, you know, that year. Like, I was just still the same. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't really have any effect on me at all. Like, I remember just coming out, just thinking, yeah, like, I'm back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't grow up, if I'm honest.
This sentence in effect, yeah. There was no sort of reform.
Nah.
Would you say the sentence was too short to affect you?
I don't know if it was too short or I just weren't ready.
Just weren't really.
Yeah, I was still probably a bit immature. I feel like I weren't ready.
Let me ask you a question then. Chu, you said you was on badness and all them things. A lot of people do see the badness and going to jail as part of the process. You know what I mean? So was it one of them ones where you embraced jail? Like, yes, not yes, I'm going to jail, but all right then.
I know exactly what you're saying. So if you're asking me, I always knew I'd go to jail. Like, I knew growing up here, I knew that's just my reality. Like, I will always end up in jail. That was just my mindset growing up. So again, like you said, you do kind of embrace it. Like, you just know it comes with it. It comes with a lot of things. Like, there's so many other things that come with that life as well. Jail's just, it's part of it. And
That's something that you weren't fearing. Like, you didn't care. Like, you was just doing badness regardless.
I wouldn't say I didn't care, but I just, like I said, like, I just know it comes with it, and I always kind of expected in my head, I'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, when you're growing up, you've seen all your friends go to jail from like 13, 14.
Yeah.
And all them kind of ages. So it's just, again, you become desensitized to it, innit? You just think it's a normal thing. So
What are some of the other things that come with it, other than death? Obviously, we know that.
yeah, so like jail, like what else comes with the road? There's a bag of things, bro. You getting shot, you're in shootout, armed police kicking off your mom's door, in and out, living in hostels, sleeping in crack dens 3 hours up the motorway, sleeping in a little room, you and 3 addicts, seeing your friends dead, seeing your friends get life sentences, and like, not much good comes with that life, bro. You get me? Not much good comes with it. I'd probably say like a lot of people, including myself and my friends, are like probably got PTSD, bro. Like, going through all them things. Like, it's
100%.
It's not normal, you get me? You think it's normal growing up?
It's definitely not normal sleeping in a crack den. Tell us about that, man. What's that like?
You know what? I want to say, yeah, like, even at the time I knew it was wrong. Like I remember being like 3 hours up the motorway, and I'm sleeping in a little room, just me and three addicts. And bro, you know it's not right, you know, and you just think, yeah, this is mad, like this is wild, just you. And like, bro, it ain't normal. And especially now I look back at it, I think, yo, that's wild.
But why are you there then? Why?
Because you told you. If you're like, I remember I was broke, I'm living in my hostel, I got no money. And a man's telling me, yeah, you can go up there and you're gonna get paid £100 a day. You think £100 a day, that's good money right now, and I've got nothing going on, and I'm broke. Like, so you go, you like, and that's just like, that's your route at that time.
So it's like that seems like your only means to get out of a situation that you have no one's not giving you another direction.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah, to a degree,
because
it's a solution to your problem at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially with the mindset that you got. And would you say there was any other way out, or did it seem like there's another way out?
You know what? I'd probably say there always is a way out, you know. I just think my mind wasn't open to it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about then though. Like, in the mindset that you would have been in then, could you have seen another way out, or is it the people?
You weren't even thinking of a way out.
Yeah, you're not even thinking of anything different. You're just around it so much. You grew up in it and you're around it 24/7. You don't even think about things like getting a job or going back into education and trying to better yourself. You just, like, I can honestly say that didn't cross my mind. You know?
At that point, you're just getting paid, and
Yeah.
But you didn't enjoy it though. Like, obviously, there's some people that like to glamorize it or whatever. In the time, in the moment, they're kind of gassed. Like, you've never been like that.
Nah, bro. Like, I'm an honest guy. You get me? And I don't need to put on a front for nobody. Like, I'm a man. You get me? And bro, did I enjoy sitting in a crap den with 3 addicts, 3 hours up the motorway on my own? No. What's enjoyable about that, bro? What's enjoyable about that? That ain't a normal life for a 15, 16-year-old and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you take it forward now to your next jail sentence, how did you get caught up in that? Or was it a recall?
Nah, it was a separate incident, you know. I don't really want to go into it too much, but it was a separate incident. Ended up going to jail again for drugs. Yeah, ended up doing like 2.5 years that time. But I think that time I got remanded. Remanded that time, so it's mad because you just live in a normal life one day and crash next minute you're in the green on remand. It's mad.
Yeah. When you say normal though,
it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not a normal life. It's not a normal life. But okay, like 1 minute you're just on the road, you just living, doing what you do.
Yeah. So no, but it's mad that you say normal though, because even when you've been on the roads, all right then, safe, then you could be transitioning. So how you are at 17 is not going to necessarily be how you are at 22, 23.
100%.
But you still can be doing things that because you was on that at that time, this is normal. You get what I'm saying? Or it's not as hot, or you're cutting and going through, basically. And you can still get slapped with a bam on remand. If that makes, am I making sense of what I'm saying? Like,
I think at that age there, like I wasn't, like what you said in it, I was probably just focused on one thing. At that age there, I was probably just, at that point, I was just getting money. Like I was more just, everything else I'm not interested in. I'm probably just getting money now, like, and whatnot. But I ended up getting caught, getting put on remand, ended up going to the green. Done my sentence.
Did that sentence feel different to the first one, or was it exactly the same?
Yeah, and you know what? Initially, it was kind of the same. I think I only grew up like probably halfway into my sentence, you know. Because if I'm going to sit here and be totally honest, when I'm like in my first year or so, I was just kind of thinking, like, go out and get back to it kind of thing. Then I ended up going DCAT, which is like open prison. And when I was in there, I think that's kind of when I grew up, you know. That's proper when I grew up, like, obviously, you know what it's like in DCAT, like, you're living in a hut, so everyone's just kind of like tight-knit. So I was there, I had like a year left. So I think I'd done a year and a half in close. Then I got to a DCAT, it was like a year. Had a year left, but it was COVID. So we're doing all this time, doing like 23 hours behind the door in normal jail. Then when I got to DCAT, it was the same thing. Like, we got to DCAT, but they weren't letting us out. So I think I only got to come out on like my last 3 months or 4 months. Because we're in DCAT, but you're not allowed to leave. So we was in there. But there was a guy.
What DCAT was it?
I was in Spring Hill.
Spring Hill, okay,
Which is like in Oxford kind of way.
Aylesbury, I think,
Yeah. So So basically, there was a guy who was on the hut right opposite me, and he was like 10 years into his sentence at the time, a man named Beans, so I'm still proper close with him. So he was like 10 years into his sentence at the time, yeah. And he was right opposite me, and he used to like, he had this thing, yeah, called the 5 a.m. club. He used to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and like he'd train, he'd read, all that kind of stuff. And I used to see the man doing it, you know. I used to think, bro, this guy's a madman. And it's like, he kind of put a challenge to me one day. We started speaking, I was chatting to him one day, and he's like, oh, you can wake up at 5 a.m. But you know when a man kind of like throws you a challenge? So I'm kind of feeling like, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, cool. Next day now, 5 a.m. comes. Bro, I'm at the door before him. But he's saying he's going to do a circuit at 5 a.m., you get me? I'm saying, cool. It's like 4:50 probably. I'm outside waiting on him. So he's shocked now that I made it. But that was when I really, as mad as it sounds, that's when I started growing up. So I started like training, doing like fitness circuits and stuff at like 5 o'clock in the morning with Beans outside. And I feel like it taught me discipline that I probably always needed. And as mad as it sounds, guidance, as mad as it sounds. So it's like, it taught me transferable skills as well, because when I learned discipline, I started waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning training. I started reading books. When I started reading books, I started probably educating myself. And I just grew up a lot, bro. It just changed my whole mindset and just made me realize that, you know what, yeah, I've been living mad and I want more out of life, but it took me to meet that person for him to help me change, you know. And I think sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need that help and you need that guidance from someone that has been through it and can kind of
lead you in the right path.
So you would say someone that's more relatable to you then, basically. Because obviously, going through your story, you was with your dad, but you was living in Hansworth, predominantly surrounded by a lot of black and Asians. At home, you probably didn't feel like you fit in because you've been outside for so long. So then, like you said, you was looking for role models, you're looking for people's older brothers to look up to. And they weren't giving you the right guidance. I'm not saying they were supposed to. It just is what it is.
They're
still
young.
young.
Like, so
They're just living their story.
There you go. Like,
Yeah.
And this is what I always say, you know, you see when people say, oh, you hang around with the wrong people. Who is the wrong person though? Because we've all been exposed to badness growing up and around the wrong environments, and we've all had different upbringings. Like, so what makes them a bad person? Because they're still young like me. So I'm saying, yeah, my friends, older brothers, but really and truthfully, I'm like 12.
Yeah.
So they're only like 17, you know.
Yeah.
So they're just in the thick of their life, just like I ended up getting caught in the thick of it at 17 as well. Because then there's probably kids younger than me. When I was 17, I might have looked up to me and said, I want to be like my man and being a bad influence. But bro, I was influenced myself.
Yeah, man. So that was the first point where you could say, was it guidance? Was you getting guidance from Beans as well? Was it just like a way of living?
In what aspect? Sorry.
So he said at 5 o'clock he's waking up, he's doing circuits, he's reading books.
Yeah.
But what information is he directly giving you, or is it just what you've seen from him that made you want to change?
I say initially it probably, see at that point there as well, I've already got friends now that do life sentences at this point as well. So I'm already like, I know what comes of it as well. And it's like me seeing him, he's basically done a life sentence. So she's basically done like 11, 12 years. So he's been through it, he understands it all as well. So I'd say it's a mix of both, you know. Like he definitely probably helped guide me, but it's just seeing him do it as well, you know what I'm saying, and thinking, you know what, like, I admire that, you know what I'm saying, I respect that, like, that's inspirational. That a man can do all them years, and I see his mindset, and I'm like, you know, that's grown, and I think it just kind of rubbed off. Like, you are who your friends are as well, innit? Like, what you put yourself around, that's who you're gonna be. Like they say, your reference circle is who you are, the 5 closest people you're around. So I think me just being around him, I just picked up that mindset, you know what I'm saying.
So you come out now, out of DCAT. What are we doing now?
You know, it's mad because I got caught up again straight away, you know. Yeah, like, probably not necessarily badness, you know, but I feel like I kind of forgot everything I learned.
Yeah.
Like, I was still sticking to, like, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know,
Yeah.
doing all that training and whatnot, but I feel like I still kind of got caught up when I first came out, man. It took me a while to kind of find myself, but if I'm honest here, you know, like that transition of coming out of jail, That's been one of the hardest things I've ever gone through in life, you know. That's been my hardest battle. Like, everything I've been through in life, that's been my hardest battle, coming out of jail the second time and changing myself, because I feel like I've lived my life one way my whole life. So now I've come out and I'm having to change. It's like, I don't know who I am, bro. Like, apart from the life I was living, take that away from me, I don't know who I am. I've got no hobbies. I've got no career, no experience, no education. I just feel like a lost guy. Like,
thinking, what now? What next?
Like, where do I go from here?
You got a girl at this point?
Nah, split up in jail, whatnot. Nah. So, like, yeah, bro, man, that's been one of the hardest things, and it's like you're battling yourself every day, because you beat yourself. Sometimes I find myself beating myself up. Like, it's been a blessing and a curse to grow up, you know, because it's like, I feel like the blessing was, I've grew up and I've got a different mindset now, and I want better for myself, and I want better for the people around me, and I want to prove not only to myself but to everyone I can be a success. You get me? I can turn this around. But then the curse is like not knowing what to do, not knowing how to go about it, not knowing how to make that transition properly, and where do I go, and feeling like I messed up so much earlier on in life that it's holding me back now. You know what I'm saying? Like, education wise, and it's no excuse, because you can get back into things, you know what I mean? But it's been like a blessing and a curse at the same time, bro. I'm coming out of jail, like, changing myself. It's been one of the hardest battles, bro, I've ever had to face in my life.
So would you still say it's hard now?
Yeah, every day, bro. Every day, every day I fight my demons about like changing my old lifestyle and whatnot.
So what changes have you made to make it easier?
I guess, like, who I put myself around, like, I'm not really around people no more that live that lifestyle anymore, because obviously I've had to make changes myself as well, because I've had to accustom to my lifestyle. Like, I'm not making money like I used to. I can't do the things I used to, bro, and I accept that now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the day will come when I can do them things again, but I'll be able to do it the right way this time, you get me? But it's like, who I'm around. I try and put myself around people that are like-minded, entrepreneurial, like, talk about business, people that, just like disciplined people, positive people, productive people.
So you're still navigating, basically?
Yeah, I'm still finding myself, bro.
So would you say, even though it's hard, and you want to, so you're surrounding yourself around positive people, do you feel that's helping with your mindset to keep you where it needs to be? Like, is there anything from these people? Like, it's not like you're gonna get anything from these people. Like, you're not getting, no one's not giving you a helping hand out.
No.
Are they? There's not, like, but maybe the information that you're receiving from people, is that helping you with your mindset to make the right decisions then, basically?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say, like, you know, I'm a strong believer, like I said, like, your reference circle, like, who you're around.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just try and put myself around like-minded people who want better for themselves, and, you know, they're on a journey to, you know, their success, whatever success looks like to them. People that want better for themselves, do you know what I'm saying? So I just try and put myself around that now. And even things like, bro, I don't even listen to rap no more, you know. I don't listen to rap music no more, bro, because I swear down, bro, that brings my demons back straight away. Because I'm like, you know what? Why did I leave that life behind? And I find it, and it's mad, you know, when people say, oh, does drill affect kids? I've seen some people say, oh, drill doesn't affect kids. I think that's a mad statement to say. As a grown man, I know how music influences me. So as a child growing up, listening to all this mad stuff, it's influencing them, man, in my opinion. So I don't listen to rap music no more. Man.
Obviously, you gotta do what's best for you, innit? Like, that's just the way it's made. Like, if for you, then if you're listening to rap music, drill music, whatever, it's gonna put you back in that mindset what you don't want to be in.
Yeah,
that's basically what you're saying.
It makes it easier for me. Personally.
Yeah, I hope I'm not crossing the line, but I know when you came out of jail, you did a music video as well.
Yeah, no, you ain't crossing the line, bro. You have to speak your shit, man.
Yeah.
I meant to say this as well.
Thank you, shit, bro.
Wow. Like, talk about that, because obviously your name was bubbling. Like, the video came out, and then there's a new guy on the scene, and like, talk about that.
Alright, cool. So I weren't gonna go into it, innit? But that's what I was on about when I said I come out and I lost myself.
Yeah.
I lost myself again, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't know how and I don't know why, but that's what it's like when you first come out in it. You get caught up again. So I just got caught up, man. But you know what? In all honesty, yeah, I realized kind of straight away, you know, like, you know what? Yeah, this ain't what I want. Like, I feel like I've been through so much in life at that point, yeah. I don't want all the fake love. I don't want all the fake love from the girls or the clout. I don't even want it, bro. I'm not interested.
So, but you did the video though, innit?
Yeah.
So what made you change though? What was the change? What made you think I'm doing the wrong thing?
All right, cool. At that point there, like, I'm not really doing nothing no more. I've come out, I'm chilling. But I realized when I was doing music here, I was putting myself around certain things again that I don't need to be around. Like, when you live in, when you're talking about certain things and you're rapping about certain things and you put yourself in certain places, you're protecting yourself, you're putting yourself around certain things again you don't need to be around, bro. And I don't have in my life anymore. So I realized like what it was doing. I realized how it was slowly dragging me back into things that I've kind of left behind in my head, bro. I've outgrown. I don't really want any interest in.
Okay, then. So what is it? What are you doing now? Where's your head at now? And what are you doing right now?
So now I'm doing fitness coaching. So I've moved to London at the moment. I'm currently living in London. I moved there for a job, which was at like a gym. I ended up leaving that gym because it just didn't work out for me there. But it was a good place, and I met some good people, and you know, it was a great experience. It just wasn't for me. So yeah, I've been kind of just focusing on my own clients now, which is more health and well-being, fitness. Like, I know how fitness saved me, and I know how it helped me change my life around and for the better. Do you know what I mean? And essentially, I love helping people now, bro, through fitness. Like, everything I've been through and all probably the bad stuff man's done, like, I like to give back now, and I know fitness is something, a way of me giving back. So yeah,
that's something you can relate to, cause you know it worked for you, basically.
I know it worked for me.
So now you can be the beans.
In an effect, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You have to take what that transition was when you met him, and what he gave you in terms of fitness to help you change your mindset and reading, and give that to other people if possible. Yeah,
100%. And that's the whole thing. Like, with me, it's not just like I'm trying to show people the right way through fitness, through mindset, teaching people healthy habits, educating people. Like, I've got like an online coaching thing, which I'm grateful for, because I haven't started it long ago, and I'm, you know, it's pretty successful. So, and it's building up, which I'm grateful for. But it's like I'm trying to educate people along the way, because I remember what it was like as well. You know, like, not understanding things to do with nutrition and fitness. I remember being overweight before I went away to jail, and not knowing how to lose weight, thinking I'm trying everything. But it's just that I didn't.
So you was overweight at one point?
Yeah. Just go on my Instagram, bro. I'm chubby, man. Yeah.
There's always a part of them stories where like ask a question. It's like, oh, you did it.
So I remember going through that stage, like, thinking, how do I lose weight? I can't lose weight. Thinking, like, what do I do? And I remember that feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only when I educated myself, like, I'd done my personal training course, I'd done my nutrition course, and I started gaining an understanding of it. And now I love to be able to, like, put things in place for people to help them actually understand it as well. So it's like the thing I'm doing at the moment with my online coaching is like, it's like a step-by-step process. So it's like I've got people that come on board, and initially it's like I'm holding their hand, because I'll end up making a meal plan for them. But essentially it's like I'm trying to educate people as well to have an understanding of the nutrition. So once this meal plan's done, you ain't got to live, let's be realistic, no one wants to live on a meal plan for the next 80 years, 70 years in their life. Do you know what I mean? So it's about educating people to make the right choices, so they understand how to make their own meal plans going forward. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them healthy habits, giving them daily targets, weekly targets. I love it, man. It's saved my life. It's changed me, and I like how it helps other people as well. Like, I've kind of got a little passion for it, man, and I feel like it's probably the only time in my life I've found something I've got a passion for. You know what I mean?
So now you got your hobby as well. You've got all those things that you didn't have when you come out of jail.
Yeah, it's gave me like a little purpose. You know what I mean? Which I'm grateful for.
So maybe one piece of advice I'll take from your story, and obviously because I've been in a similar position. It's like when you're coming out, you have to take time to find yourself. Like, don't be in a rush to be the same as what you was, or even like someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like if you just take time and find yourself and understand that it's not a rat race and there's no big money that you need to find. You can find a path.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro, I had to do that because you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes when people are coming in, I find parts where I relate to myself and I think, yo, I know how you felt in that moment when you're coming out, and sometimes your old habits might want to pick back up.
Yeah.
And I've spoke to other people as well, and it's always, I try to tell people, yo, just take your time, man. Trust me, like
It's hard though, innit?
yeah,
It's hard to tell a
though.
man take his time, and it's just
Especially
it's
when you just
spent
come out.
time,
Yeah,
it's just lost time.
exactly. And you ain't got no money. Probably ain't got the support. You get what I'm saying? So even on top of that, I do tell people like come down to the gym or even come here. I tell them to come here. You get me? But so that's the way that I would like to offer support. You get me? Like obviously.
No, that's good.
Well,
That's good on you, bro.
Yeah, man. Sorry to take over, bro.
Yeah, you
I just
took
found a
over
little bit.
just a little stuff.
Take the crowd,
Saying
man.
about you today, you know, it's
Sorry.
Rudy.
Sorry, bro. Man.
No, man, that's why you do one of these every day. My time, bro.
Sorry, man. Sorry. You get me? But yeah, man. It's been very insightful, bro. And obviously, your story is different to a lot of people because, for one, you grew up with your dad.
Yeah.
Two, you grew up as it's even mad that you're saying you're a white man growing up in an area where you don't fit in. You get what I'm saying? That in the UK, that's not gonna make a lot of sense to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But that's the reality, isn't it? If you go down Hansworth and go and look who you can find, and that's what it is. You get me? So to the wider audience that's not from Birmingham,
Or even England.
they might not understand that, but it's mad. That's how it is. But
I got a question on that. I got 3 questions. Yeah. So the first one is, if you don't listen to rap music no more, what do you listen to?
You know what? I really listen to music, you know. I put on like podcasts and that now.
Okay.
Bro, I'm mad, you know, bro. I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and put on like Brian Tracy motivation videos and all that stuff. That's the first thing I put up, bro, because that's what I want. You know what? I listen to one thing and it says the first 20 minutes sets your day. You get me? So it's like, I want to listen to them things straight away in the morning and have my mind right, ready, motivated for success. I don't want to put on, bro, I rate Little Dirk, you know, but I don't want to put on Little Dirk talking about shootings and madness, bro. I don't want to hear that in my first 20 minutes of waking up and whatnot. I listen to podcasts and audio books and all that stuff. I'm like a granddad, bro.
Nah, it's proper still. I have to listen to Speedy because that's he calls me. Like,
yeah.
I'm a loner, bro. Nobody don't call me.
And my other question is identity crisis. Do you believe?
Ooh.
Do you believe that you're still going through it?
100%, bro. Every single day. Single day. It's mad you said that, you know, every single day. And I'm aware of it as well. I'm fully aware that I'm living an identity crisis right now.
Yeah.
Every day. And that's what I was getting at when I said coming out of jail was like a blessing and a curse. Because it's like, I'm fighting that old version of me. But I don't know who I am yet. And part of me sometimes, when times get hard, I'll be honest, bro, sometimes I say, fuck it, man. I am who I am. That's me. And then I find myself fighting myself like, and I know it's not. Don't take the weak option. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you. You're a better man now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So 100% I go for the identity crisis all the time. All the time. I'm glad you touched upon that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not taking the show neither, but I had the same thing as you, but from the opposite side of the spectrum, and it like being black, but then thinking I don't fit in because I weren't raised in the hood or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, bro. Like I just wanted to kind of just see how you seen that, like from you coming from the other side of it, and it like being a white person, but then going around your family members and feeling like they think that you're black, and then when you go around black people, the ones that don't know you, they're gonna think that, oh, why is he trying to act in a certain way? Do you get me?
Yeah.
And I can see how that would then also add to the identity crisis of you then coming out of jail, and then, as you said, you didn't feel like you had no hobbies. You don't know yourself.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So yeah, and then the final question, which I'm trying to end every episode like this, how has admitting your mistakes helped you grow as a person?
you're gonna have to touch upon that, you know.
All right, cool. So, you see, like how you've come to a conclusion on, you know, being in a crack den, sleeping there it's not correct. How you come to a conclusion that your upbringing and the way that you was living just wasn't correct, yeah. And you decided to change your life. You've even come out of jail and started doing music, but you had the foresight to understand that if I start going down this path, I'm going to end up being around people and things that might lead me back to going back down a path that I don't want to go. Like, that's essentially, I'm saying, like, how has you acknowledging that helped you change for the best?
I think, like, regarding the last thing, I think I just grew up and I just realized that ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. And you know what? Yeah, man, it was just putting me around bad things again. It's putting me around about things I didn't need to be around. I was getting paranoid. I just thought, you know what? Essentially, I've kind of left this life, you know. So me doing this at this age now, I'm kind of just dragging myself back in it. You know.
I feel like you've identified some of your trigger points as well. So obviously you said music triggers, and maybe other things in life might trigger you to go back to that life. Whereas you've probably now realized you've grew up and you've realized what does actually trigger you now. Yeah. You get me?
My friends get onto me about it all the time, you know, bro. My friends get onto me and say, bro, why did you take that video? Like, bro, I swear down, like, even 3 days ago, one of my friends shouted me like, bro, that video needs to go back up. Like, we need to get popping, we need to get lit. I'm just like, bro, I'm not on it, you know. It's not on it. Like, it's don't interest me, bro.
And that's cool, man. That's cool, man. Everyone has their different paths. You get me? Before we finish, though, last question. If you was to give anyone any advice, or, you know what I mean, the people listening that might be in similar past, a younger you, what are you saying?
You know what, bro? Like, it's easy for me to just sit here and say, don't get involved in that life. You get me? Because nothing good comes of it. That's what, obviously, essentially what I would tell people. But the truth is, most people that hear that are probably already in that life and probably already in the thick of it. And when you are in the thick of it, you're not listening to no one, bro. You're not listening to no one, especially no older guy that's not even living that life no more. Probably just gonna call him washed. You're not gonna listen. So it's a hard one, but yeah, that life ain't good, bro. Like, nothing, no good comes from it. Like, and the truth is, half of your friends, they're probably not your friends, bro. You just grew up in the same area, you've had the same upbringing. But like, my friends who was my friends at 14, most of them, they ain't my friends no more, bro. Because we're different people, we've outgrown each other. Do you know what I'm saying? People grow up at different stages. Some people may never grow up. Some people do. I just think you just have to be on your P's and Q's, just, you know. Yeah, man, live your life for you.
All right, then, Rudy.
Respect, bro.
Thank you very much. That's very good, man. That's a very good one. Very insightful as well.
I feel like it's a bit boring, man.
Nah,
There weren't enough storytelling.
Nah. He was good, man. Trust me. He was very, very good. But thank you, bro.
Thanks, man. I enjoyed it.